So I have some chocolate chips here. And can you use chocolate chips? And I will say the answer is yes. You can. All right, there are our chocolate covered strawberries. You just pop these bars out one at a time.
They look delicious.
And there they go.
Perfect crunch. It breaks evenly. It's really, really good. Welcome to Taste of Veggie. I have my friend, my co-worker and a partner in crime at work for the last 20 years. She has been an amazing cook. She has a barista certification, chocolate making certifications. This is my first time learning chocolate making from her along with all of you. So welcome to Taste of Veggie, Urmi.
Thank you.
So what are we going to do today?
So we're going to make chocolate.
Okay.
I know we spoke a little bit and you said you like a chocolate fruit and nut bar.
Yes.
So we are going to make that.
Okay.
And for that we need the chocolate molds. These are silicone molds. I bought them on Amazon. You can get them in any shape you want.
Okay.
I like the bar shape because it's easy. You can make the bars thick. You can make them thin. You can even make a sandwich chocolate by layering chocolate and nuts and chocolate again, or caramel, and different options there for topping.
And it is well portioned. I like the portions here. Otherwise, I can have the whole fruit and nut bar.
Yes, that's true. So think about portions and you can decide which type of silicone molds you want to get. And they're not very expensive. They're like under $5, $7, $10 depending on the bundled or packages or whatever you get.
Okay.
So you need the silicone molds.
Okay.
Then the next thing you need is the toppings. Today, because we're making fruit and nut, I have some dry freeze fruit, berries, bananas, apple. That's what's in this container. We've got some salted cashews because they go well with chocolate, sweet chocolate and milk chocolate and cashews. And then we've got some dark raisins. I have some strawberries and we're going to try and see if we can make some chocolate covered strawberries today.
This is the dehydrated
bananas.
Okay.
Yep. I mean, they're like great for snacking. You can just eat them like that.
Yes.
But you can add them to the chocolates and they add a little bit of color, texture and crunch.
Okay.
So I'll come to the star of the recipe, the chocolate.
Okay.
And we have some different types of chocolate chips and wafers here. So this is the milk chocolate wafers. You need to use wafers to make chocolate. That's what's used by professional chocolate making companies, and that's what this is, the chocolate wafers. I bought this again on Amazon, so you can just buy it on Amazon. This is a two-pound pack. You can put the links for this and the molds in the description.
Okay.
And then we also have some dark chocolate here. That's also something you can use if you like dark chocolate over milk chocolate. You can use the dark chocolate. This one that I have here is 100% cocoa, so there's no milk in it, so it's like vegan. It's also, there's no sugar, so you can control the sugar levels by adding the toppings in there.
Okay.
So you can add a little bit more raisins in there or some dry freeze fruit.
Natural sugar you can add to the bitter taste of this chocolate.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's not that bitter.
It tasted good. It has more that cocoa taste to it than this one. So I tasted these two. Yeah, there is a huge difference in it. Yeah.
And that's why this is, to me, I like the dark chocolate better. Over time, I've switched, but they're both great. So try them out, and you can mix them too. So there's no right or wrong recipe. You can use different proportions and just make your own.
That's the fun
mix.
of making it at home. You can make it to your taste. You can mix and match. Some people like it sugary. Some people, like you said, when you have older parents, if you want to give it to them as a snack, you can have this with the natural fruits and nuts.
Dry fruits or nuts or something. So then it's a less sugar rush. And then if you're doing it for kids, and they usually like the sweeter flavors, so then you have that. And then if somebody is like, hey, I don't have the wafers, I have the chocolate chips. So I have some chocolate chips here. And can you use chocolate chips? And I will say the answer is yes, you can use chocolate chips, but you want to add some coconut oil to it. Some more fat so that it doesn't become chalky, because otherwise you will not get that nice silky sheen and smoothness when you melt it and temper your chocolate. And so your strawberries or fruit or nuts or whatever you dip in it, or when you set it, it becomes very chalky. So that's the catch there. And so if you're curious, like what's the mix and proportion, if you're using like half a cup, then at least add a tablespoons of oil in there, coconut oil, so that it becomes smooth. You need to make the chocolate light. Do not put water in it. Water is awful for chocolate.
Okay.
Water and chocolate do not go together.
So if it becomes thinner,
yes,
what is the solidifying content? What should you add? Milk?
If you want to make it thick, then just add a few more chips.
Okay.
Or wafers.
Okay.
That'll make it thick. But if you want to make it thin, you want to add the oil. So for wafers, it will come out to be a nice smoothie texture, and you'll get that silky sheen. But it's when you start working with chocolate chips, because I've done it a couple of times, and you can tell the difference in the chocolate. I mean, I prefer the wafers because the chocolate comes out fantastic. It's milky, it's smooth, it's like commercial grade. This one, like I said, is better fit for, like, you know, you make your frappies and you want to put toppings and your chocolate chips.
Chocolate chip cookies.
But you know, sometimes you're like, I'm in a hurry. This is what I've got. I just want to do it.
Okay.
I'm trying to give you a workaround.
Okay, good. That's a good idea. So let's start making it then.
Okay, let's do that. So we have 2 cups of chocolates here. Chocolate chip is not what we're using. We are using chocolate wafers. So this is our wafers. I'll put it aside for a second and then we'll get back to it. So we are going to melt our chocolate wafers, and the way you do it is you do it in a Dutch oven. Now a lot of people don't have that, and I don't have one. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a pot, and then I have this glass container that fits right on top of it. And these are Pyrex containers or bowls. You can get them very easily at Cornivare or wherever Pyrex is available. So you take a pot, fill it with water, and then you want to immerse this bowl in there. So now you have your Dutch oven. The next thing you do is you want to put your gas on medium so that you're not burning the chocolate, or it'll get burnt, and you don't want that.
So you should never have the chocolate directly in the stove top. This is the double broiler that you are trying to do, just to make sure it is not burning at the bottom.
Yes.
It has the water heat that is penetrating and melting the chocolate in the top.
That is absolutely right. Yes. You don't want to just put chocolate directly in a pan and then start to melt it, because the heat will burn the chocolate. And it has a lot of fat, so that fat will start burning, and then you'll get this lumpy texture and a mess, and you'll be like, I was trying to do something and what happened here? So these are like makeshift things if you don't have in the house, like, you know, create your own double broiler. Put a pan, take a vessel with like water, you can fill it, and then put the glass container on top. And we want to start with putting the chocolate in here, and we'll just put in like a little bit to start with. We'll melt like maybe half a cup or so. Oh, that was too much. We'll just remove some because we want to do it slowly. So we'll start here, and we'll start stirring it, and it'll start melting.
So you have 1 cup here right now?
Yes. I have a 1 cup here, and it's going to take a little bit of time because, you know, we're not boiling it, like boiling the water. As the water starts to warm up, it's going to start melting the chocolate.
So some patience is needed to make this chocolate melt.
Yes, and that's one of the reasons why my mom said I need to learn how to make chocolate. Because she's like, okay, I want you to have more patience with things. And she said, what I suggest is you go learn how to make chocolate. So that's the driver behind me learning how to make chocolate. And as you can see, as the bowl is getting warmer, the chocolate is starting to melt. And that's the process. One thing I will say is you want to use medium heat because this is milk chocolate. You don't want to overheat it or you will burn the chocolate. So the temperatures in which you want to have chocolate melted should not be more than 105 degrees Fahrenheit. And the cooling range is around 84 to 89 or, you know, Fahrenheit. So that's the cooling range. For
before it becomes harder.
Yes, before you put it in the refrigerator to cool and harden. So dark chocolate is slightly higher in range. Like you can do 110 Fahrenheit or so, but you definitely don't want to burn your chocolate. So a lot of people use candy thermometers to do it. I don't use that because I have come to the conclusion that, you know, you should, I've made this enough times now now, but I can see from the sheen and the smoothness, you can tell it's warm.
Okay.
And you want to do it at a lower temperature.
Lower temperature.
So then you don't burn it and keep stirring it.
Okay.
So
you have traveled around the world. What is the one chocolate combination that you really liked, like amazing, and one weird combination that you were like, seriously, in chocolate? So what are the two?
So, you know, the one that I really like is the green tea chocolate, matcha chocolate, Kit Kat.
Okay.
So I like Kit Kat, simple bars, you know, wafers, yes. And so I definitely like Kit Kat milk chocolate. And the one I really liked was, it's from Japan. They sell it at the airport. In the last few years, I've seen it only at the airport. But I don't know if they sell it everywhere now.
Now I know what I need to get you back from Japan.
Yeah, the Kit Kat, the green tea matcha Kit Kat, if you haven't tried it, try it out. At least if you like green tea, you will like the chocolate Kit Kat. And the one, I don't think there's one that I haven't liked. I mean, come on, chocolate, there's nothing you cannot like about chocolate.
Weird combination. It's like, see, I never thought of putting this as a topping in the chocolate.
Well, one thing I've seen is a lot of people do chocolate and bacon, and I'm vegetarian.
Okay.
So I'm sure it tastes fantastic, but that was a combination that was like, okay, that's a little bit weird. But I'm sure people who eat bacon will like it and enjoy it.
Oh, yeah.
But when I first heard it, I was like, okay, that's a bit odd.
Okay.
So bacon and chocolate. Yes.
Okay. So this is for people who are listening to it. If you like bacon and chocolate, tell us how do you like it, right? And also a weird chocolate combination that you have tried for all of us to know.
Yes, we will live through you.
Yes.
For flavoring bacon with chocolate or bacon chocolate. So.
And also the other combinations. Some people might have tried something different. So now the Dubai chocolate is becoming very famous, right?
Dubai has always been great for shopping and for chocolates, but now it's like the in thing. Like you want to go try out the Dubai chocolate. Okay. So now, as you can see, Deepa, this is starting to melt. You're seeing these wafers turn into this nice melted silk is what I'm going to call it. You can see the sheen on it, the shine that you're seeing here. This is something you're looking for in a chocolate. As you can see, it's still very thick.
Okay.
So as more and more chocolate wafers start to melt, we will see this sauce start to melt. So you want to keep stirring it so that it doesn't get burned, and you want to keep melting the wafers.
For one and a half, maybe 1 cup, right here. For 1 cup, it took us about 7 to 8 minutes in a low flame to get this texture.
Yes, medium flame. I have it on 6. So what I'm going to do now, because I'm seeing a lot of this has melted, I'm going to add a little bit more of the chocolate that's still sitting in the jar.
Okay.
So we can start melting more and more of it.
Okay.
You can start with smaller portions. So if you don't want to make so much chocolate at one time, you can start with 1 cup. So there's nothing like you have to have 2 cups, but you won't fill the whole tray. So then you have to do it multiple times or whatever. So, but it's a process. You can try with some, if you're starting out, you can start small and make sure it works for you. So you're not making a big mess.
Okay.
And then as you get more confident, you can start adding more. So as you can see, the water is starting to boil now.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the gas, the stove off a little bit more, turn it down so that my chocolate continues to melt. And as you can see, it's starting to boil.
Yes.
One advice I have is make sure the container you use is thick.
Yes.
It's of thick glass. So if you use something really thin, then that may crack because of the heat. So you want to make sure it's a thick glass container. That's why I suggested the Pyrex ones. As you add new chocolate, it's going to bring the temperature down a little bit because it's not as hot as the melted chocolate. So we'll give it a minute and then we'll come back to this.
Okay.
Deepa, keep stirring it. And as you can see, we want to get it a little bit more, a little bit more smoother. So I'm putting in 2 tablespoons of coconut oil.
So even if you are doing chocolate chip, this is the place you will add the
coconut.
Okay.
Yes.
You Not before it.
No.
Okay. Once it melts, then you add it.
Then you add it, you will know how much you need. And as you can see how it's, you know, coming together, starting to completely melt. Even after the coconut oil, you can see all the lumps are gone and it's becoming a smooth texture for us to start using it to set our chocolate. Off, and this is going to be hot.
Yeah.
We'll just move it. Ready to start setting our chocolate.
Okay.
So we'll take one of these molds. You can take any shape you want. And what we will do is we'll just scoop out the chocolate and then start putting it in the containers.
Because this is a silicone one, you don't need to crease it or anything for chocolate.
No creasing, nothing.
You can directly put it on
Yep,
that.
yep, yep. And here's what we're gonna do. And as you can see, it's just going in the way I'm putting it in here.
Yes.
So what we can do next is to set it up. You just need to move it.
Okay.
We'll put it in here and then this one. You want to just spread the chocolate out.
Okay.
And make sure it sets in the bowl, all the molds. And you can
shake it up.
Yes. So as you can see, once you give it a good shake, your chocolate bars the liquid has set. Okay?
Yes.
Now we can start decorating it.
Okay.
So you can do anything you want. Deepa, how about this? You get these three, I get these three.
Okay.
And we can just go.
I can go fun with it.
Go do whatever you want to do there. You can put them in any shape you want, any design, any flavoring patterns. So this is the fun part you can do with the kids.
Yes.
They can, just like how you do cookie decorations, you can get your kids engaged in decorating their own bars with whatever they like. So I've put the chocolate molds on a tray so that it stays even, and otherwise what will happen is if you put it someplace, you'll have an uneven bar. So this way you'll get a flat bar. And I'm just going to put this tray in my freezer section, and I'm going to leave it here for about 15 minutes. So I'm just setting it in there, and then we're going to come back and look at these in 15 minutes. So we are now going to make chocolate covered strawberries. As you can see, we're melting a little bit more chocolate wafers just for the strawberries, and we want the chocolate wafers to be melted, and we want the melted liquid chocolate to be a little bit lighter. So we've added about 4 tablespoons of coconut oil in about a quarter cup of chocolate wafers, and we are putting it at a low flame, so we're not burning the fat or the chocolate, and we are melting it again. And as you can see, it's very thin.
It's a little more thinner than the chocolate's mold that we did, because you want it thinner so it can stick on the fruit, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And I will quickly mention how to prepare the fruit. What you want to do is first wash and clean the fruit. Doesn't matter if it's strawberries, oranges, pineapples, or whatever fruit you want to do. Make sure you dry it up so there is no water on it, because water and chocolate do not go together, like I mentioned. And then what you want to do is put in a toothpick, or you can put in some sort of a holder so that you have an easy way to swirl your strawberries. And the next thing you want to do is, once you swirl it, you want to get some parchment paper and put it in a tray or a plate or something, so that you can place your strawberries here, add your fruit on the parchment, and then you want to put it in the freezer for about 10 to let them set.
It can stay longer if you want.
Yes, it can stay there minimum 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay.
So Deepa, you want to give it a swirl? I'm still warming it, so there we go.
This is my first strawberry, so wish me luck.
Oh, that looks great, Deepa. Keep going. Cover it up. Fantastic. There's your first strawberry, chocolate covered strawberry.
Wow.
So they're easy to make. I would just lay it down on the parchment, and there you go. There's first chocolate covered strawberry.
Because it is thinner, it was easy to coat.
Yes, and that's what you want. You want the chocolate liquid to be malleable so that it easily sticks to the strawberry or the fruit. And that's why you want the fruit to be dry and you want the chocolate to be light. And you just turn it around so it'll stop dripping. Yep, there you go. There's the trick. And now just put it on the parchment and let it sit. Perfect. All right, there are our chocolate covered strawberries.
Beautiful.
So I'm just putting them in the freezer for like 15 minutes or so to set, and we'll just take a look at it in about 15 minutes. Okay, so now we're going to take the strawberries and the chocolate out of the refrigerator. Here's the strawberries, Deepa.
Ooh.
And then here is our chocolate. So you can leave it in there for 15-20 minutes or you can keep it longer. And we decided to keep it for like an hour or so. So that's how we ended up with our chocolate bars and strawberry covered chocolate. So there's
This is the
chocolate covered strawberries.
Wow.
So what you do next is you just pop these bars out one at a time.
They look delicious.
And there they go. Wow. There's the bars. We'll pop one out. These are our chocolate bars.
It's like an artwork now.
Exactly.
In a frame.
That's exactly right. These are all different flavors, different textures.
It has everything for everyone. If you like nuts, if you like fruits, you can make your own homemade flavored chocolates.
Okay, let's sample some. Here you go, Deepa.
So this is the salted nut.
Yep,
with
salted
chocolate.
cashew and chocolate,
Cashew and
milk chocolate.
I like the flavor. The salted nut and the chocolate. We used to have the salted caramel here,
Yes,
right?
yes.
It has that flavor in it. It's
You
really
can
good.
drizzle more caramel on this or white chocolate on it or dark chocolate on it. If you want to add more toppings, what you want to do is once you drizzle more, just put it in the freezer for like 10-15 minutes so that the topping again hardens. And so you're in a good spot to be able to then take it out and consume it. Otherwise, it'll be very liquidy and it'll stick to your hands.
Perfect crunch and it breaks evenly. It's really, really good. Thank you. Thanks for sharing your love for chocolate making with us. This is real easy one, especially if you are doing it for birthday parties or get-togethers. This is a fun activity, a unique activity for everyone. Very easy to make and everybody can enjoy it together.
Thank you for having me on your channel, Deepa. This was fun for me too, to show people how to make chocolate at home. It's really easy. And also to make chocolate covered strawberries. If you like our recipes, please feel free to share, subscribe, and like us, and also add some comments in the comment section. Let us know if you like chocolates or what are your favorite flavors, etc.
Exactly. What's your favorite topping, flavors, and if you have made it, send us the pictures too. So thank you everyone. See you next time. Bye.
Bye bye.